intent of the administrative warrant to anybody who is not the subject of the administrative warrant. I just thought people would find that interesting.
Marshall, they're not displaying anything to anybody. Let me be very clear with you. They are showing no one anything, not even a real badge. So
they don't legally have to.
But
that doesn't sound right to me.
The point is,
and I would anybody think state laws that where they do have those requirements.
Anybody. So
I don't know, why don't we ask Steve?
That's a good idea. Let's ask Steve. He knows way more about this than either of us.
Yeah,
no, I
Steve.
don't. No, I don't. I don't know the laws that apply to them. But here's what I do know: whether it's technically good, legal or not, it's not a good idea. I mean, what do I do if someone comes up to me masked in fatigues and says you're under arrest and tries to throw me into a car? It's just good practice to be able to clearly identify people as law enforcement in a way that everyone is familiar with, everyone feels comfortable with. Masked men with guns grabbing people off the street. I don't care what the rules say. That's just not a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. That's, first of all, that is what they did in Germany. And how do you know this person isn't a Proud Boy or an Oath Keeper or some other, fascist? And that's what's happening. They actually are selling sort of fake ICE costumes that people are wearing. And it's, I would not assume if somebody doesn't show any identification, I wouldn't do anything. I don't see why you have any reason why you have to listen to them.
Well, because you have more than one of them and they've got guns. But in 2021, there was a law passed called the William.
They should say, "I'll wait till the police comes."
But there was a law passed in 2021 called the William Thornberry National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021, which states that it is illegal for them to not, that they have to show identification.
That's what I thought. We need to do some research because
Congress passed this law in 2021 requiring all federal agents, including those from ICE, to wear visible identification, including the government agency they represent when undertaking crowd control during protests.
Ooh, that sounds official. Marshall?
That sounds like protests. At the very end, the qualifications of protests, not arrests, not apprehensions. So,
yeah. This is a big issue. It really is, because it's one of the reasons that's what is they're doing on purpose to create fear and to create a provocation. We know what the trick is. Anyway, look who's here. Charlotte's here. Came in the last minute. Elle, did you want to finish up? Did you want to do your closing comment?
Yeah, the only other thing I was going to say was over the weekend I was watching different reels and listening to people talk about this. One thing that I saw was somebody who was posting a particular phone number that immigrants can call to reschedule their appointments to have them be virtual. And they wanted everybody to have that number and to let immigrants know so that instead of them having to go down for their appointment and then risk being snatched up, there apparently is a loophole where they can supposedly...
That's great.
It would be fantastic. And then the other thing I heard people talking about was to just really go out on a limb and go there with your immigrant friends to their appointments so that they have representation with an ally.
Well,
so the last two things I wanted to add.
That's what Lander did in New York, remember?
Exactly.
Right. Which I think is great. And I think that's what we have to look forward to. That's what the confrontation is going to be. There'll be confrontations there. There have been people, I think in Minnesota, I saw this, where there were groups of neighborhood people who would get into their SUVs and follow the ICE cars honking to alert people that they're in the neighborhood. And that was an interesting way to, there were some interesting videos coming out of that. It's just, the whole thing is disturbing. Charla, why don't you say hello and also give us your closing comment, pearls of wisdom?
Hi, guys.